let's record this. So if this goes too fast for you, I'll put it on YouTube. Type in Mr. Linderman, how to draw a one-point perspective, and you'll find it. All right, let's zoom in a little bit here. First thing I'd like you to do, focus. All right, we're going to put some steps over here. Write down step 1, vanishing point. Just like Leonardo da Vinci, understanding, and Brunelleschi understanding, this vanishing point is the most important part of your drawing. So we might want to label it. It's not the vice president. That is the vanishing point. I'll put that right in the middle. The second thing we're going to do is draw shapes. Right at the top, let's call it 12 o'clock, right up here, I'd like you to draw a triangle. Doesn't matter if it's perfect. We don't need rulers. Just draw me a triangle. In fact, let's do one at 6 o'clock down here as well. Draw another triangle. Just a simple, like, equilateral triangle. Over to the right, so let's call it 3 o'clock. Let's make a square. And over to the left, let's make ourselves a rectangle. Make another rectangle down here. In fact, let's make a square. Another square down here around 4:30. Draw a circle up in this area. Right down in this area, let's make an L, but a block letter L for Mr. L. And in that last space up here, I want you to draw some really wacky looking shape. I'm just going to go for it, and I don't know, I'm just going to do something like that. Maybe it has some curves and some straight areas. That's going to be our challenging one. Pass those down. Pass those down. Folks, to pass forward the drawings that put all of your tables so they're out of your room. Pass them toward the front of the room. And grab yourself a plastic triangle. You're going to need those all week long. You need 2 more. I'll show you around. Extra triangle. What extra take it? Anyone need a triangle? All right. All right, folks, we're on to step 3. Write down this word, orthogonals. Orthogonals. O-R-T-H-O, ortho. And then like diagonals, it's G-A-N-A-L-S. Where have you heard that word ortho before? Orthodontist. What does an orthodontist do? What do they do to your teeth? They make them straight. They make them correct. In fact, ortho means to make straight and correct. So the lines that we need that are straight and correct are called orthogonals. They're the lines that go toward the vanishing point. You know, when you're in the hallway and you're looking at those lines going to the vanishing point. But I always hate saying, okay, now draw the lines that go toward the vanishing point. I'd rather say, draw your orthogonals. So I know it's a new word, but get used to it because that's the one I'm going to use. So let's draw some orthogonals. This is step 3. Just watch first and then do. I'm going to draw orthogonals that go from the corners of this triangle to this vanishing point. If you're super advanced and you want to get ahead of me, you can. But here's a technique I like. I like to put my pencil on the vanishing point, and then I take my triangle and I just rock it or turn it until it reaches that corner, and I'll go up. And I'm just going to do these 2 points. Why just those 2? Why wouldn't I do the third one? Yes?
The third one is different. The third one,
What might be the problem if I go like this? I'll just go ahead and do it. Well, I mean, I could do it that way if you want to make something that's transparent, like a prism, something that's see-through. But as a rule, at least for now, once you know the rules, you can break the rules. For right now, let's make this a rule. Don't draw through your shape, through this area here, okay? Try to find the corners that can see the vanishing point, but don't draw through your shape, or it will look transparent, like a prism, like you can see through it. Now, I'm going to try the same thing with this triangle down here, but how many vanishing points, or how many corners of that triangle can see that vanishing point? 1? You say 1? How many do you say? We need a consensus. How many points, or how many lines am I going to draw from this? Some say 2?
3.
Well, let's test it out. Let's see who's right. I'm going to go from this corner. Yep, this one can see the vanishing point. And this one, and this one. So it's kind of odd. It's the same triangle, but depending on where you place it, because remember your vanishing point is where you're looking, you may just see the bottom of the triangle, or you may see the sides. It's all in what you're looking at. Who thinks they can do this square here? Want to give it a try? Come on up, Isabel. We'll try this square next, this one on the right. And if you want to get ahead, and this is easy for you, go for it. But my intention is to baby step you through this stuff. That looks pretty good. You could teach this class. What about the other 2? Would you be drawing on top of your shape?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's leave those. Let's leave the other 2. For now, we don't want to draw on top of the shape. If you decide to make a glass house, then yeah, you probably want to do that. Let's try this other square, which is a little bit different. So all of these lines, folks, that we're making are called orthogonals. Sometimes you need a few, sometimes you need a lot. It's kind of cool. I mean, this is what you learn in about 5th grade. It looks like they're shooting out, like from outer space, and like it's exploding. That's kind of cool. See if you can try it with that rectangle on the left. And you try to use your triangles to get nice, clean lines. It is very mathematical, not only because we're using lines and segments and different angles, but it's, have you ever done that math problem and you forget the negative, and then you get all the way to the bottom after doing a whole page of notes and you're like, oh man, I screwed up something somewhere. That's kind of like perspective. If you have one line that's a bit off when you get started, man, everything is off. Anyone brave enough to try this L? Someone else, aside from the artistic Isabel? Want to try? Come up? No? Oh. I'm not going to call on you because I'm waiting for someone else. Danielle, it looks like you want to do it. Come on up. I can tell you know how to do this. The L is a little trickier. We've got something new with this one. If you're not sure, take a look up here. Give me one favor just so everyone can see. There you go. I was going to say just move your head back a little bit. One. Does anyone need a hand with this? Alright, I like what I'm seeing. Notice that inside corner, inside the L that she got.
That was off.
That's great. You did wonderful. Thank you very much. Nice job. And then you've got your challenging one. Actually, let's do the circle first. We forgot that one. I do want you to all eyes up here, no matter what you're drawing, take a look, because circles are a little different. We don't have a corner. We don't have an edge. So watch this. I'm going to put my pencil on the vanishing point, and I'm going to slowly rock my straight edge over until it just kisses right about there. So it just touches. We want to try to find the most outer part of that circle. And I'm going to do the same for the other side, just until I see it. And then, I don't know what kind of shape you drew, but I'm going to try to finish this one up. There's lots of things going on. So, do me a favor and watch me for 1 second and then try yours. Eyes up here. Take a look. I'm going to try to find edges, corners, things like circles where it's round. Maybe even something like this. Now, here's a weird little thing happening. I want to put one here, but I'm going to go like this and toward the vanishing point, but stop, so I don't draw through my shape. That's going to happen again here. I'm going to go toward the vanishing point, but stop. And another one here. Maybe even one on this corner. Yep, we can see a little bit there. So this one will kind of challenge you. Do the best you can, and if it doesn't work, I'm not worried about it at this point. That's just something you might try. See if you can do it. Who's got a question? Folks, you want to add anything at this point?
What helped me in my classes with perspective is trying to find the corners of an object or the edges. Like Mr. Linderman was saying with curvilinear or curved objects, it can be a little bit more challenging, but like he said, find the widest point. But for more geometric shapes, it's easier. You just have to look for the edge of that corner and spot, and then find your vanishing point. Those are really the two things that you need. Once you have that, like, you're golden. You just gotta, draw it to the vanishing point. Just think about what you're doing before you draw it. Think about, okay, what am I trying to draw here? What edges? So, think about that. What view you're trying to take with your object, because that'll depend on what you draw. For example, we're not drawing through the object, we're just drawing the top and the sides of our objects here.
All right. Thank you very much. Step 4. I want you to go like this and make 2 parallel lines. We really cannot move forward unless we understand this concept of what parallel lines are. So what are parallel lines? Yes, sir. Lines that don't intersect. What else could we say about parallel lines? They don't intersect. And what else? What's that? They never will intersect. That's true. But they're traveling the same direction. They're the same distance from each other. I mean, they could be different distances, but they're equidistant, you know. Lines in the floor. Take a quick look at the floor. You get an idea. Parallel lines. And as you look left or right or in front of you, those lines get smaller in the distance. They start to converge. Well, what I want to do with this really actually kind of cool drawing is make these into some individual forms. So here's what I mean. Let's start with this triangle right here. See this line right here? Hope you're looking. Take a look up here. This line right here, if I make another line that's parallel to it, and I get to decide, in fact, I'm going to put a little question mark here. I decide where I can shorten this triangle so it's not just shooting out from, you know, from space forever, but I can, maybe I'll put it, I could put it here or here. I'll put it right here. I decided to put it there. But I wanted it to be parallel to this other one. By making this line parallel to this one, let me just shade that in. I'll ask you to do the same. Quickly to shade that in. I've now made something a bit more 3D. And if I do step 5 and erase orthogonals, watch this.
Yeah, your orthogonal lines are just your guidelines. It's what you need in the beginning. But then once you have everything in that you need, that's it. And you just erase them. They're a means to an end. They're just your guideline.
Now it looks like I've got like a floating pyramid or something. It's like a 3D geometric shape.
So what kind of view would that triangle be, how we're looking at it from this point of view?
And what are you asking exactly?
What about, when we talked about worm's eye or bird's eye, what view would that be? Worm's eye, exactly, because you're looking up at it, you're looking up underneath, so you're seeing the bottom. So what about the triangle underneath at the bottom, what view would that be, worm's eye or bird's eye? Bird's eye, because you're looking down on it. Yeah?
Good job. Hey, we're going to get back to that triangle. Actually, we have 1 minute left. So if you want to move forward, you can, but we're going to pick this up right here tomorrow. If you have any questions, come see me right now.